welcome to Alchemy IAS, the high five current affair briefing. In this today's session, we'll have relevant important topic. അതിൽ ആദ്യത്തെ topic എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് with respect to the US revocation, the US ending the sanction waiver on the Chabahar port. ഈ ഒരു ടോപ്പിക് നമുക്ക് ഇന്റർനാഷണൽ റിലേഷൻസിൽ വരും, അതുപോലെ പ്രിലിംസിലും മെയിൻസ് പെർസ്പെക്ടീവ്സിലും റെലവെന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ടോപ്പിക്കാണ്. ഈ ഇറാൻ ന്യൂക്ലിയർ ഡെവലപ്മെന്റിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് the US imposed sanctions on Iran. Any country involving any investment or any diplomatic relation with the Iran, these country will attract sanctions from the US. When India's US relation was good, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ in order to maintain and benefit the Afghanistan state in that region, 2018 ഇന്ത്യക്ക് ഒരു സാങ്ഷൻ വേവിയർ ബിക്കോസ് ഓഫ് ദിസ് സാങ്ഷൻ ദാറ്റ് വിൽ ബി എക്സംപ്റ്റഡ് ഇൻ ഇന്ത്യാസ് പ്രൊജക്ട്സ്. ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ചാബഹാർ പ്രൊജക്റ്റിന് ലഭിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ആ ഒരു വേവിയർ, ആ ഒരു എക്സെപ്ഷൻ നൗ US is going to end. സെപ്റ്റംബർ 29 മുതൽ ഈ ഒരു വേവിയർ എൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട ന്യൂസ് ആണ് നമുക്ക് ഏറ്റവും റെലവെന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ലേറ്റസ്റ്റ് ന്യൂസ്. ഈ ഒരു ടോപ്പിക്കുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് നമുക്ക് സ്ട്രാറ്റജിക് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഈ ചാബഹാർ പോർട്ടിനെ കുറിച്ച് പഠിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളതാണ് ഏറ്റവും ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ളത്. So this Chabahar port is strategically an important international port. It can connect India to the Central Asian region. This will connect from Kandla port to the Chabahar port that is located in Iran. പ്രിൻസ് പെർസ്പെക്ടീവ്സിലാണെങ്കിൽ ഇതിന്റെ ലൊക്കേഷൻ മാപ്പ് എവിടെയാണ് അത് ലൊക്കേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ് നമുക്ക് എക്സാം പോയിന്റ് ഓഫ് വ്യൂ റെലവെന്റ്. മെയിൻസ് പോയിന്റ് ഓഫ് വ്യൂ നമുക്കറിയാം. സോ വി കനോട്ട് റിലയൻസ് ഓൺ ദി പാകിസ്ഥാൻ ടു റീച്ച് അഫ്ഗാനിസ്ഥാൻ, to reach Central Asia. India need an alternative route. And we also know that China is assisting the Pakistan to develop a Godar port in this Indian Ocean region. So India has a strategic importance to develop. India has a strategic interest to develop a port, and we got an access in the Iran region, the Chabahar port. This is located in the Gulf of Oman. You can see these regions, the Strait of Hormuz, nearest to that region. So for prelims perspective, we have to understand and locate this map, and we should understand the significance of this Chabahar port for India strategically and geopolitically. This will help India to connect with Afghanistan, and then it will help India to connect with the Central Asia region for our energy security. And this will be part of international north-south corridor, INCTC, that can link Indian Ocean to the Caspian Sea, and we can connect even with the Russia and Central Asian region. This is a major important topic that we have today. The next topic that we have about the initiative of the government, the PM Mitra Park program. So this launching of the PM Mitra was recently mentioned in the news. This topic is again relevant. The Prime Minister during this inauguration of this park located in Maharashtra and mentioned that we have to promote Swadeshi local production. That is relevant in the context of the US sanctions on India, US tariff on India. Due to this US tariff imposed on India, this would affect our export, and this would affect our dependence on this international market. For that reason, that we have to promote our local production, local goods, and Prime Minister Modi has advocated for promotion of the Swadeshi goods. ഈ ഒരു കോണ്ടെക്സ്റ്റിലാണ് നമുക്ക് ഈ ഒരു ഇനീഷ്യേറ്റീവ് റെലവെന്റ് ആവുന്നത്. PM Mitra, it is the first park was inaugurated recently on 17th September, and this will be under the Ministry of Textile, that is promotion of the textile industry, enhancing value chain competitiveness and boosting the textile export of India through establishment of this PM Mitra Textile Park. This will be covering the selected states in India located, like you can see, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, and Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh. These 7 states are covered under this initiative. This will be a PPP projects, and this will be including the 5F vision from farmers to the fiber and factory and fashion, then we'll be exporting that. This can help India to achieve our self-reliance Atmanirbhar Bharat objective. The next topic that we have with respect to again a strategic geopolitical important topic that has a concern, that is due to this Pakistan, Saudi Arabia Defense Pact. Both of these countries signed a defense pact as both is coming together. Already they are having a good relation. If any attack is affected one state, that is either the Pakistan or Saudi Arabia, that should be considered as an attack on the both countries. So both countries agreed for a defense strategic partnership through this pact. And Saudi Arabia is considered the key partner of the Pakistan, the close friend of the Pakistan. At the same time, India has a concern in our border and other security concern with respect to our relation with the Pakistan. And India also maintaining a good ties with the Saudi Arabia. And India has a energy security perspective, people to people contact relationship with Saudi Arabia. When Saudi Arabia has given this much support, and that is connected to the defense partnership, ഇത്തരത്തിലുള്ള security partnership, defense partnership ഇന്ത്യയെ അത് എത്രത്തോളം പോസിറ്റീവ്ലി നെഗറ്റീവ്ലി എഫക്ട് ചെയ്യും എന്നതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട ഒരു അസസ്മെന്റ് ആണ്. സോ ഇന്ത്യ ഈസ് നൗ റെസ്പോണ്ടിങ് ആൻഡ് അസസിങ് ദി ഇമ്പാക്ട്. How would this would affect India's security, national border security, maritime security? Your aspects India is going to assess. At the same time, we will also improve our West Asian ties, the country located in the West Asian region, and we have to improve our diplomatic engagements. Then only we can ensure a balance and that can protect India's national interest, especially in the area of security aspects. So when any state that is sponsoring terrorism, if that is affecting India's interest, India has to advocate globally to fight against terrorism and these global security challenges. And this is the objective of the India's national foreign policy perspective. So this recent Pak Saudi Arabia defense pact will be assessed, and India has reacted that India will be assessing the consequence of this pact that would affect India's security. Next one we have, which is part of our science and technology. UPSC, either in the prelims examination or the mains examination, usually ask questions related to diseases. In prelims especially, they will ask any disease mentioned in the news. So we have to study those news related to these diseases. Recently, a scientific study has been published, and this article has been published in the Hindu. And in this study this year has identified that this waning of the Japanese encephalitis immunity that can worsen or severe, that can increase the dengue outcome of these patients. Anyone who has infected with this weak immunity to the Japanese encephalitis, they'll be more prone to getting this dengue fever. So this is another concern that we have. In this context, as an aspirant, what we have to study is about the two diseases. One is about the Japanese encephalitis, which is a viral brain infection, which is caused by the Japanese encephalitis virus. This is spread by the Culex mosquito. This can be expected in our prelims examination. Which mosquito is actually spreading the Japanese encephalitis? The symptoms, and it can be preventable by through vaccination. India has a national Japanese encephalitis vaccination program. Recently, many patients was infected with the Japanese encephalitis. That is the another concern that we have. The next one, for the exam perspective, we have to study about the disease, the dengue. These are the two diseases mentioned in this article: the dengue virus, the dengue disease, and it is caused again dengue virus and spread by Aedes aegypti mosquito. Even UPSC in the previous year asked questions with respect to which of the following mosquito or how this dengue is spread. So these kind of question can be expected. So again, please revise these two diseases for our exam perspective. Both has the according to the study also find out that both viruses belong to the same genus, that is the Othoflavivirus. And this waning of the Japanese encephalitis would increase the risk of severe dengue. That's a concern that the scientific area, the scientific researchers has been pointed out through this article. The last topic of the today is with respect to stubble burning. Is a frequently coming in the news with respect to recent observation by the Supreme Court Chief Justice of India. So, like here, the B.R. Gawai. In this case, the Supreme Court advocated for the government to take stringent action, legal enforcement against anyone who practice the stubble burning. Stubble burning for the last few decades had a concern, especially this had resulted into a high pollution. The air quality of the Delhi city is affected, and the major cause of this Delhi air pollution is the Stubble burning that is usually happen in the neighboring state of the Delhi, including Punjab, Haryana, that has worsened the air pollution. For that reason, the Commission for Air Quality Management, and we have an act. So through this act and this commission can take action against anyone who practice stubble burning. So Supreme Court in the recent observation has directed the state to take stringent action against those, then only we will send a right message in preventing this stubble burning. But the concern is that the balance, the ethical dilemma that we have when we enforce this law strictly, this would also affect the debt fallen farmers. They are very poor and they don't have any alternative option and they still practice this stubble burning. The this practice, conventional practice of burning this all this paddy field after the harvest, and that will be ready for the next rabi crops, the wheat. This is the a major concern now because it now the season that we are moving from monsoon to the winter season, and this can worse the Delhi air quality. So that's the reason this is coming in the news. Anybody mentioned in this article definitely will be relevant for us. Here is based on an editorial in Hindu published, that is today. The Commission for Air Quality Management and the Act and the control board that we have at the central Delhi level capital, the Central Pollution Control Board. And these are the concern that we have. The current scenario that is worsening in the Delhi pollution due to political pressure, incomplete enforcement, and debt-driven farmers has been affected because of their practicing it. And the way forward for addressing this problem, we have to enforce the law stringently, then we have to impose penalty those who repeatedly practicing this one, and we have to promote alternatives. When we say alternative, this biocomposer like pusa, these kind of things can be integrated to have alternative option instead of this stubble burning. And this body that we have in order to address these challenges of the pollution, we should strengthen this body. One is the management, the CAQM, and also the control, the Central Pollution Control Board. And then we should provide the farmers with incentivizing so they will be free from the drive-ins. So these are the approach that we should have to address. So this holistic approach should be there for tackling stubble burning is the last topic that we have. With that, we're ending the today's hi-fi program.